Hello everyone, you're watching TopGear Singapore. We're reporting from the Art Science Museum here at Marina Bay Sands, Singapore for the inaugural Audi House of Progress. Now, this is the first time the event has ever taken place in Singapore, or Southeast Asia for that matter, after several editions in major cities such as Tokyo, Milan, Montreal and Sao Paulo. The event will run from the 31st of March all the way to the 16th of April. Here at the House of Progress exhibition, you can expect to see several Audi models, both new and existing ones like the R8, the e-tron GT, and its Rennsport sibling, the RS e-tron GT, which is somewhere behind me there. But also, on the new car side of things, there is the Q4 e-tron, there is the Q8 e-tron, and there's another car that is rather special, which we'll get to right now. Now, this is the car that I was talking about earlier, the special one. This is the Audi grandsphere. It is the second of Audi's sphere concept models alongside the Sky Sphere, Urban Sphere and Active Sphere. In Audi's own words, this is a private jet for the road. Now, it may be a concept for now, but this is Audi's interpretation of a sedan from the future. And given how this thing looks, I can't wait to live in that future. So you might notice there isn't a steering wheel in front of me. Now, there actually is one, but it's just not extended out right now. This car is actually rated for autonomous driving up to level 5. So basically, all you can do is sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. My God. This windshield actually extends all the way to the aft of the cab. So you've got an entire glass canopy to really just soak in and enjoy the views as the car does all the work for you. So normally, if you would like to take control of the car yourself, the steering wheel will extend out from behind this wooden panel where you can see a projection of either your navigation info, infotainment menus. Of course, they are a lot more futuristic than they are now. So the wheel will extend out towards you, the pedals will extend out, and of course you can shift yourself closer to the cabin, the dashboard, and take control of the wheel. Now, of course, once that's away, you have basically minimal physical inputs. So this car also has a concierge system which basically does everything for you. So this little gadget here actually tracks your eye movements and you can control your climate control temperature, your seat positionings. All you have to do is look at it and rotate your arm and you'll start shifting. The dial is actually physically moving. That's so cool. So together with the concierge system that I mentioned earlier, this thing also tracks your eye movements when you look across the dashboard. Now, you may notice that there are several icons set on it. I'm not going to look at it now because when I do, those icons will light up. So, for example, I'm just going to use my phone to record this as well, okay? So, right now, I'm looking at the steering column. Maybe I want it to come out or something. Then I'll be looking at trip. And then I'll be looking at music. And if I tap the panel on the door, the entire dashboard switches over to my music menu. And trip, back. So here's another really cool feature. This center console is a fridge and a water dispenser. So I can open it by tapping on this button here. And it's a little bit tricky to get, So just imagine a cup here and you can put your food in here. Now this is a concept car, so there's no actual water flowing from this. Otherwise, I would try it. That's commitment. Now this is a car that we're already a little bit familiar with. I mean, does that ring any bells? This is the Q8 e-tron, and strictly speaking, it's a facelift of the previous e-tron 50 SUV. But there are a number of changes both on the surface and under the skin that make this a little bit more interesting. So we'll start with what we can see on the surface. Now, every facelift comes with a little bit of nip and tuck, some plastic surgery here and there. This is no different. So now you've got a light bar that spans the entire width of the grille. The grille itself is different. You've also got these new grille inserts that are kind of reminiscent of the ones you would find on the Q4 and the e-tron GT. We've also got new headlamps. Now the body shell has remained largely similar, but because of these little cosmetic changes, the car's drag coefficient has actually improved. This is the normal SUV version, but in the Sportback, it improves from 0.26 to 0.24. This one just improves by 0.01. 1 is better than nothing. Moving on inside. You leave, disappear. disappear, depart. Why? I'm getting in, that's why. Right, now that that deviant is out of the car, I can tell you more about the interior. Well, honestly, nothing much has changed. The dashboard layout is pretty much exactly the same. You've still got the dual screen MMI touch interface, this interesting gear lever, although you do get a range of new materials for your dashboard, trim, and your seats and your door cuts. However, it's what's under the skin that has changed more dramatically. Across the whole range of Q8 e-tron SUVs, battery sizes have went up. The battery charging capacities have also increased. Also, the motors are a little bit more efficient, so you do get more power, but crucially, more range. So here we have the most compact electric offering from Audi. This is the Q4 e-tron 40, and it's going to be, well, let's face it, the cheapest and most affordable EV within Audi's stable. So this particular Q4 e-tron 40 has a rear-mounted electric motor that produces 200 horsepower, 310 Nm of torque. Now, on paper, it has a rated 82 kWh battery gross, 76.6 kWh net. Now, that doesn't mean much, but here's the thing that will interest you and I. It has a claimed WLTP range of between 583 km to 447 km on the WLTP cycle. Now, that is plenty for a large majority of Singaporeans' daily commutes, maybe even for 2 weeks. So, given that it's going to be more cheaply priced than the Q8 or the RS e-tron GT or the e-tron GT, this could perhaps be the most enticing offering to a large majority of buyers out there. So I hope this gives you a little bit of a preview of what you can expect at Audi's House of Progress. Now remember, the event runs from the 31st of March all the way to the 16th of April. So admission is free, but you do have to book the tickets yourself. So all the details will be on Audi's website, which we will link below. This has been Top Gear Singapore. Thank you very much for watching.